We begin with South Korea's latest space project. In about 5 hours from now, the country's domestic Nuri rocket is heading back into the space for the fourth time for its newest mission. We head over to the launch site straight away where our Park Konu is standing by. Hello there, Konu.
Hi, Dami.
So, Konu, you've been down in Gyeonggi County since yesterday. How are the conditions on the ground at this hour?
Well, conditions are totally fine, I can say, except that it's getting colder and colder, but much, much warmer than yesterday. So still compared to yesterday when we had strong winds and passing rain, it's definitely much more suitable conditions for the launch. And if you take a look at the map, Gyeonggi County and especially the Naro Space Center, where I'm currently at, is located at the very southern part of mainland South Korea, surrounded by ocean on multiple sides. That geography means the area often experiences strong winds. So, if the average wind speed reaches 15 meters per second, or if wind gusts exceed 21 meters per second, all operations will immediately be halted, as gusts could affect how the rocket is positioned, which would disrupt its planned flight trajectory. So we have to hope it doesn't go beyond the limit, as the second Nuri mission had a one-day postponement due to strong winds. And there are also temperature limits the vehicle must withstand, which are between -10 and 35 degrees Celsius. Fortunately, that's not a concern for this time of year in Gyeonggi. And as for the forecast, some rain accompanied by gusty winds is expected later on tonight, but again, fortunately, this is likely to occur after the scheduled launch window at around 1 a.m., so it's unlikely to affect the mission.
That is good to know, Kanu. Now, how are the preparations for the planned launch proceeding at this hour?
Right, so at the moment, most procedures remain on track. As usual, the installation of the Nuri rocket on the launch pad was done at around 11 a.m. this morning. That's the same for connecting the rocket to the umbilical system, which supplies fuel and oxidizer, along with additional checkups to ensure there are no blockages or leaks in the system. Also today, there will be a comprehensive inspection focusing mainly on the fueling system and electrical components. The actual loading of fuel and oxidizer, in fact, will begin 4 hours prior to liftoff. As of now, the estimated launch window is between 12:54 and 1:14 a.m. on Thursday, and the exact launch time will be finalized at 8:15 p.m. That's in just a few minutes, of course, as the Launch Management Committee finishes reviewing the weather conditions, the possibility of collision with space objects, and the overall readiness of the rocket, which started at 7:30 p.m. There are also backup days running through December 4th in case of any bad weather conditions. Alongside, safety measures are also taking place with police and military personnel on duty near the Space Center, and 27 large security ships have also been dispatched regarding the fact that this is the first nighttime launch. And security will be especially strengthened starting 2 hours prior to liftoff through 10 minutes after.
Konu, hopefully the weather will be okay in time for the launch tonight. And now, in the meantime, what are some of the more notable aspects of this particular mission?
So first of all, this will be, as I mentioned, the first nighttime launch, providing ideal conditions for the main satellite to observe natural light displays, or what we call auroras. That's in fact why the launch is held during that time, as it is the most suitable for the main satellite to reach the orbit for perfect aurora observation. And the mission's main satellite, along with 12 additional satellites up from the 7 carried in the previous launch 2.5 years ago, is set to be deployed into orbit. And one more thing is that the total of 13 satellites is the most satellites ever. And the goal is to reach an altitude of 600 kilometers with an air range of about 6%, while the primary measure of success will be whether the main satellite reaches its designated orbit. And the estimated flight time is a little over 21 minutes, and the Korea Aerospace Administration will announce the results about an hour and 20 minutes after liftoff. And as manufacturing of this fourth vehicle was led entirely by the private company Hanwha Aerospace, this can mark a major milestone in the transfer of technology and a broader shift toward a private sector-driven launch system. And one last tip for our viewers here in the country. If you're hoping to catch a glimpse of the liftoff, some of the best viewing spots include the Space Observatory in Gyeonggi. It offers free admission tonight, but just limited to 200 guests. And another popular area is Yeosu, the city next to Gyeonggi, where Korea's fastest trains run through. With nearby islands including Sado and Nangdo, Yeosu also offers some prime spots for watching the rocket soar into the night sky. So I hope you guys keep an eye on that, and that's all I have for you now. Back to you, Dami.
Kanu, thanks for sharing those spots, viewing spots for tonight. And also thank you for the latest on Thursday's launch of South Korea's Nuri space rocket. Do keep us posted.